Okay, so we're going to get this video finished off now, and that'll be the end of the dashboard series. So the next chart, as I've already said, it's a bit complicated. It uses quite a big, well, it's not really a big formula, but if you're not used to doing formulas, it is a bit of a hefty one. So what we're going to be using is an offset function combined with a match function, and essentially what it's going to do is it's going to match a date in here to count down the number of months, and then it's going to count to the next date and then deliver that range back, in a nutshell. So let's first of all set up these data range bars. So sorry, these criteria selection bars. So very quickly, just put these into here. This is the from date. Oops, cap lots there. Let's just merge that one. Give those some borders. Let's give those for now. And we had the today as well. Oops. Oh my god, what is going on? Okay, so in here we're going to go to data validation, just choose list equals F3, and it's going to be date range in there. That's going to give us our range of dates, and then we need to format these as well. So format cells, custom date of this one. Brilliant. Okay, so now they're in place, we can start the formula. So it's going to be a name range. It's going to go into a name range. However, we're going to do the formula in the worksheet because it's a little easier to track. And we're going to use two formulas for one chart. The first formula is going to read the dates, and the second formula is going to read the values. Okay, for the labels and the values. So let's start off with equals offset. Okay, now where's it going to start? It's going to start in the data input sheet, and it's going to start right there at B8. Now I'm going to F4 to lock that, because remember it's going into a name range, and if you don't lock your cells you'll get some weird results. And now it's saying how many rows do you want to move down? Well, what we want to do is move down the number of rows which is specified by the criteria in that selection box. So we're going to use a match function, and we're going to look up this value right here. F4 to lock that. Comma, where we're going to look it up? Well, we're going to look it up in table 1 month, comma, and what type of match you're looking for? 0, which is an exact match, close brackets. Now, because I'm counting the entire range, I've also got start readings, and I don't want start readings, so I'm just going to hit -1 in there just to take out the start readings, otherwise it'll make me go a month ahead of where I need to be. Okay, now we've done that, we need to choose the number of columns, comma, choose the number of columns we're going across. Now, because we're going to start with a month, or the data labels formula, we don't need to worry about this, but when we come to do the next formula, we'll need to put a value into here. The next it's saying height, how many do you want to go down? Well, we want to go down whatever we have got in the other criteria selection box, so we're going to match again, and we're going to match this date here, F4 to lock that, comma, in the same area, where the match type is 0 or exact. Okay. Now, because essentially what this is going to do, this is going to count down the number of. So let's just say I had the first date was February, so it'd look and it'd start here in February, and then it would, if I said go to July, it would start here and it would count down and it would go to July and it would give me that number. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it'll start, where did I say, March, and it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, even though I've asked it to start up here somewhere. So what we need to do is just minus the original search. So I'm going to hit minus, and then use the original match function, or the first match function, and just paste that into there. and that will turn me the right row. I'm not sure if I need that -1 in there. I'll see what it comes out with when I've finished. And then I'm just going to close the brackets on that and hit enter and see what this comes up with when I put it into the name manager. Okay, now I'm not a formula boss. I don't use these like all the time, and I know I'm all off by heart, so when I enter this it's probably not going to work. I'll probably just need to readjust it a couple of times. So this is going to be called I'll call it date labels. So that's essentially what it's going to be. So move that, paste that into there, click on OK, date labels, and let's see what it does. First of all, it'd help if I noted what was in these. So let's go from January let's go from January to July and see what it returns. So Control F3, date labels. So from January, right, so now it's actually going, it's giving me too short, and I think it's because I've put this -1 in here. What that should actually be is +1. +1. And then push a little tick on that and try it again, and there we go. Now we're going from January to July. Okay, and if I change these, so let's go from May 2013 to October 2013, go back into the name manager, check this out. So it should go from May to October, May to October. Brilliant. So that's our formula working. All we need to do now is apply that to the actual chart. And we need to do another one as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, close this. Let's paste it into here for now. Let's see. So because what we want is exactly the same formula, but instead of reading from the month field, it's going to read from the usage of the reading. I don't remember what it is. Let's have a look. Gas spend. Okay, so it's going to read from the gas bill column here. So let us paste that into there, and let's see where we can find that. Where was it? I think it was here. Yes, so how many columns do we want to move across? All we need to do is put a number in here. So we're starting here, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's right. So it's not like a VLOOKUP. Let's hit enter on that, and then actually put that into a name range. Control F3, new. This is going to be called, let's call it gas spend label. I don't know. Oops, I've got to learn how to spell label. You probably give these some more meaningful words than what I'm giving them. So there you go, that's working, it's going into the gas bill. So yeah, that's the two formulas done. So let us now get into here and stick a chart in, complete that now. Let's Alt F1, default. Now we need to select some ranges first, we can't just put them straight in, so select data, add a new series, and this series is going to be, I don't know, let's just say the first 3 months. Oops, in there. I'm going to change these bills in a second so we can actually get some meaningful information from them. That's going to go first 3 months. Okay, so once we've got the chart ready, what we need to do is select data, go to edit, and then we need to kind of highlight all after the reference, cell reference, sorry, the worksheet reference, and then hit F3 on the keyboard and choose whatever it is. So these are the gas spend labels. Okay, and then in here, the same thing, just after the sheet reference, so all after the exclamation mark, hit F3 on the keyboard, and that was the, did I call it data labels? I think I did. There we go. Obviously you'll need to mess about with the chart itself. Obviously these here, format axis, turns them to a text axis. You don't need to, but we may as well. And we're going to align them slightly different as well, so they kind of go, oops, diagonally upwards. Fine. Can I have a custom angle? Yes, I can. Oops. So I'm going up that way.